when can you actually just be alone and people won't bother you? Like, is somebody always calling you in your life? Like, nobody besides me calling you and mom calling you and your family calling you, Nana, does anybody else call you every day and bother you? I don't I don't think this is how life is supposed to be all day, every day in our whole lives.
Well, I don't think of 'em as people bothering me. A lot of people have, hundreds of people have called me about how's he doing and whatever, and I've sent out all kinds of emails. I consider that love and appreciation, and they really care about Eddie, and they want to know how he's doing because they're praying for him. So I don't consider, I look at it different than you do.
Well, like what I'm saying is even if you put yourself in my exact same shoes, if you ever like we're at your job and then you go home and then your boss texts you like what if I come home and then my boss texts me and says I'm fired? I don't think that's really going to happen, but what I'm saying is that would stress me out and make me feel like I'm at work even when I'm not at work. So how does those people talking about Eddie not make you feel like, oh, he's going through something bad? Like you're saying it means love and support that they're talking to you, but how do you not just get reminded that he's in surgery when they're saying like at a funeral, like if somebody were to die, God forbid, then if somebody comes to you and says they're sorry, it doesn't really help. It makes it like almost worse.
No, but that's what people do, and they're trying to show you how much they care by offering their condolences, which is nice. Makes you feel nice. A lot of people came and did that when Capo died, and it made me feel like he had a lot of friends, and they took the time to get ready to come out and see him and say something to me and encourage me. So I just look at it different. So how many times do they text you? Because it couldn't be that
Well,
much.
no, it is a lot because okay, you know how you put people in a group text message?
Oh,
And every time that somebody responds in a group text message, it sends back to your phone. That's what they're
yeah.
doing. That's what they're doing to my phone. So I'll get like 20 text messages sometimes, and then it'll be just like,
Well, maybe you can say since you're the last person on the list and you only work one day a week that that you don't. Maybe they could take you off.
no, what I'm
Uh,
trying to understand is this. Why can't they just post the schedule and post it in the store? That way you don't have to text everyone. I guess texting makes it easier for people to know their schedule, but unless I'm looking at the schedule myself, I don't really truly know what I work. Even if I only work one day a week, it's still like they should be posting by law, they have to post, you know, the work schedule somewhere in the building.
but it's their business and they run it the way that they think is the best. So if it was posted, then you have to be in the store to see what it is, and you have to write it down. If they send it on text, you don't have to write it down. You can go back and look at it 15 times what they said. So if
Yeah,
you
but I would
see,
rather just go and look at it every Monday or every Sunday. I would be out and go to church and then we would stop by the Dollar General, pick up a soda and then look at my schedule and just make sure it's still Mondays. Or like she could text people individually, but that would be like a lot of time that she would have to invest. So that's probably why she doesn't want to send a text message individually.
right. Did you make two quiches the same, or did you make one
We
with?
made one with mushrooms and one without because mom bought mushrooms and I like mushrooms, but they just have a weird texture and I don't know if they're gonna be that good in a quiche. So I just said, can we make one with mushrooms and one without mushrooms?
You put cheese in it, right?
Yeah. She put 1 cup of cheese in it and then I sprinkled some cheese on the top. So I don't know if that's enough cheese.
Yeah, a cup is a lot for one of those little uh, pie fillings, but it'd be good to see if you like it. And they freeze real well too. You could make some and put them away in the freezer and get them out. and they'd be delicious.
Did did anybody that you know ever get in fights with their family?
No, not I don't know of anybody that would holler and scream and fight.
I just don't think raising mom has learned over the years to raise her voice, and everyone in this household who's living here has learned how to, including myself, has learned how to raise their voice when and because people don't respect each other in this house and they don't let each other talk and listen, and that's why people raise their voice, I feel like.
Well, you usually raise your voice when you're mad or upset about something. Was she mad because she didn't want to make the quiche?
Well, she didn't say that, but that's how mom is. She gets mad at every little thing, any little thing, and then she starts bugging out about everything else. Like if she's really mad about one thing, she won't say what she's mad at, or she won't say it to you or out loud. She'll just say something about something else, like this. Oh, the temperature was too hot. It's too damn hot in this house. Or um like the garage light was on and I didn't leave it on. Somebody else, or maybe I did leave it on. I don't really know. And she's like, "Oh, the garage light's on," and she starts raising her voice and screaming about that. It's like she was just screaming about everything, and it's bugging me out. And then she just when she does this, she washes 2 forks, and she washes 2 forks for about 10 minutes. And then I said, "That's enough water, mom. That's enough water. Like you don't have to wash 2 forks for 10 minutes." Damn, like everything was driving me nuts about her because she doesn't want to cook with me and she doesn't want to spend time with me, and that's what makes me mad. Nobody in this house wants to spend time with me, and they don't have the time to, and they don't want to, and I don't want to live with people who are mean to me and harass me and call me fat and call me names and tell me I'm stupid and fat and ugly and I can't ever do nothing and I'm going to the police and all this and I'm going to and make threats to me and all that stuff. That's not really fair. I've been the most civil person in this whole household out of every single one. Out of Kimberly, Spencer, Carter, and Morgan, I have been the most civil, meaning that I have been the easiest to get along with in this whole house because I'm the most scared. Because everyone else is jumping up against me. So it's like it's always like that. I'm not making that shit up. They literally they all yell at me all at one time. They'll all call me fat and ugly and do stuff like that all at one time, and it's overwhelming.
Yeah.
And it just never stops. It's not like, oh, once a month they do it. That would still suck, but like they do it every day, and I just get tired of it.
Have you ever said, "Okay, I know I'm fat and ugly, so what? What's your point?"
Yeah, like damn, but that's why I don't have to lose weight until I want to. I'm still learning how to love my body and love myself and feed myself. I don't even know how to do the basic barely things of my whole life, like do my laundry because my mom always does it, and I can't help the fact that she has an identity crisis and she feels like she has to be the only one to do stuff. Like she wouldn't even when we were cooking the quiche, she was taking over it all. And I started doing stuff and I started asking questions. I said, "Hey, let's watch this YouTube video together." And I'm not saying that you don't know how to cook. Obviously, she knows how to cook more than me, but what I'm saying is let's learn something new together. He was telling us certain things like if you put cold ingredients into a pie crust, it's going to make it turn out rubbery or this and that and the other. And I said, "Well, let's you know how to make quiches and you make them every day or like you know how to do stuff but I don't, so let's just try his method even if he's wrong." He said certain things that might have been wrong because people post stuff on the internet that's I do it too. I post stuff that's not necessarily like I post my truth, but to someone else that might not be their truth, cup of tea, so to speak. So
Right.
it's like he might have been saying stuff that I didn't know because I don't know how to cook, you know he might have been saying stuff that's not true, but I said, "Can we at least try this way?" Because it's kind of like a tutorial. That way it's easier for both of us to follow it. So we watched the video a couple times and then I just got tired of listening to it and she got tired of listening to it. It's just she gets everybody just gets it's 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 just weird having a family where nobody wants to hang out and like they don't actually like love each other and stuff. I'm not saying we don't love each other, but I'm just saying it seems like most of the time we're arguing and stuff like that.
Well, did you whip up the eggs, or did you crack the eggs, or
Oh,
did you make?
I barely got to do anything. The only thing I did was cut up some mushrooms and then help put the stuff up. I put all the stuff back in the fridge. So I literally didn't get to do anything, and I I wanted us to cook together, but I I don't feel comfortable cooking when people are at home, and I just didn't feel like cooking today. So that's why I asked mom to help me cook. That way, if I learn how to make one thing by myself, then I can make quiches all the time. I can make smoothies and quiches and then just eat yogurt, and then I don't have to eat anything else, and I might lose weight that way. And even if I don't lose weight that way, I can still make something that I know how to make by myself. So I was trying to learn how to make it. I watched her, but I still think that there's some things that like she doesn't know or that I don't know, and I always think there's always room for improvement for people to learn stuff. That's just I think until the day you die, and I think even after the day you die you still keep learning stuff. Like
Yeah.
I don't know, it's just so I mean, I told her, I said, it's not that I don't think you know how to cook, but maybe he has some techniques that we haven't heard of yet or something like that.
I think you can put bacon and ham.
Say what?
I think you can put bacon and ham in your
Oh,
eggs.
I forgot. We did put bacon in there. We had these bacon crumbles in the real bacon crumbles, not like those fake ones.
Yeah.
And there's oh, and we put onions in there.
Oh yeah. Bacon, onions.
So if you were gonna cook like cut peppers, cut mushrooms, and cut onions together, would you cook them together or would you cook them individually? Because you had to caramelize them all. So I was trying to figure out. She was acting like, oh, you could only cook one thing at a time, but I just was saying, let's just cook it all at the same time, so all the flavors will like blend to get. Excuse me, they will blend together.
So you have to caramelize yours, but put them in
Well,
the
no, I was
oven.
gonna ask you if you were making a quiche when you cut up all your vegetables.
You could put them all together and broil them to make them soft, so they're not crunchy. You don't have to caramelize them, but you could. If you caramelize them, you have to put them all together.
Okay. Yeah, so that's what I did because nobody was doing stuff, so I just poured the mushrooms into the bowl and then she had all the peppers and the onions on the counter and she didn't do anything and then
Did you make little tiny cubes out of them, or did you make them long and skinny? The
um
pepper.
we had they weren't the big peppers, they were the little peppers, so she just cut a few of those up. And
Okay.
yeah, they were the skinnier ones.
When I make a chicken noodle soup, I don't caramelize them, but I have carrots and celery and onions, and I just boil it in water until it's all nice and soft and it's not crunchy. And then I drain the water off of it and put it in my soup, because a lot of soup has little pieces of carrots and definitely onions, and a lot of soups have celery. So I boil mine. It's just a pre-cooked
Oh,
thing.
Nana, I'm pretty sure you might have had one of these, even if you don't drink. What? But you know those drinks? They are made of tomato juice, and they put a stick of celery in them.
Yeah.
I want to make one of those. Those sound good.
So it's just the 8 juice and the celery and a little dash of salt.
It's,
Um, I drink the 8 juice by itself because I love it.
do you How many sodas do you drink like a day? Do you not drink a soda every day, or do you drink a soda every
Oh,
day?
so I've been watching it because they say that you shouldn't drink the diet stuff, that it's worse for you than having something that's like a regular Coke or a Diet Coke. Diet Coke is a lot worse for you because whatever they put in it is aspartame or whatever, and it's not good for you. So I've been trying to, like today I went down there and had some food, and Eddie likes root beer, so they had root beer, and I got a cup of it and told him he could have some, and I drank some, and I haven't had anything else like a diet drink or anything today.
Okay. That's good.
Just one a day, and I don't even drink a whole one. He gets me the little half cans.
Mm-hmm. Hey, do you trim the wicks on your candles as they burn? Like when the wick starts frailing, do you blow the candle out and just pull the little frail stuff off, or do you trim them, or what?
Sometimes I just flip it off and let it just go down in the candle.
Oh, okay.
But I think you're supposed to trim them.